What's up guys, I'm Static Arachnid and I'm so hyped to be recording this right now. I wanted to start a channel back in September, but life got in the way, everything's settled down, I've got the time. We're good, it's finally happening. This video is basically just going to be an introduction to me, my channel, and just what I'm going to be all about. My focus is going to be exclusively Pokemon for right now, and even more specifically LPs. Just for now. I'm going to expand eventually, but right now I'm just going to kind of take it slow until I get more into the hang of editing, recording, stuff like that, because I've never done any of this before. I have no experience, so I'm just going to start slow. It's going to be a learning experience for me. I don't know what the upload schedule is going to look like yet, so I'm very sorry for those of you that are like, I'm going to watch this YouTuber on this day at this time, and you look forward to uploads and your regular things and they fit into your weekly routine, because my channel is just, it's not going to be like that, at least not for right now. I need to figure out how this is going to fit into my schedule, because I am in school, so I've got classwork and class and studying, and I also have a job, and those two obviously are going to take priority right now. So I don't know how I'm going to work it into my schedule. It's not super busy, I need to get it all more concrete before I can promise this video is going to go up at this time this day, and this video is going to go up this time this day. I'm going to take it slow for now. Now, if you're still watching and you're excited, it's probably because you're like, hey, you know, I like Pokemon, I like watching people do LPs, and you're just like, is he ever going to talk about what he's going to do? I am. I'm doing a Soul Silver randomized unlock. Now, most of you are probably like, what's an unlock? It's a Nuzlocke variant. If you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, there are 3 basic rules to any Nuzlocke variant. First rule being, you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter on any given route. The second rule, and probably, arguably, the most important rule in any Nuzlocke variant, is that once a Pokemon faints, it's dead. Completely. You cannot use it anymore. Ever. And the third one, probably the most trivial of the 3, is that you must nickname every Pokemon. Now this is just supposedly to develop stronger bonds with every Pokemon you catch and make it a bigger deal when you die. Is, you know, if it's just a Pokemon you catch, who cares? But you know, if it's your beloved Pokemon and it has a name and you've had it with you since Route 2, it's obviously going to be a lot more devastating. Now, what makes an unlock different from a regular Nuzlocke is that once you get to certain points throughout the game, you relieve certain restrictions that have been set since the very beginning. And for our unlock on this channel, it is going to go like this, and I'm sorry, you're going to see me looking over here, and it's because I've got to read the rules. The first unlock rule being that until we obtain our 3rd Johto badge, no Pokemon we catch that is not fully evolved can evolve until after that point. Obviously this is going to be incredibly challenging, and that's the point, is that throughout the game it gets a little bit easier, but also maintains its difficulty. The second milestone is going to be the 6th Johto badge, and at which point we will be able to fish for encounters. After we've defeated the Elite Four the first time, we will finally be able to use healing items in battle, which we cannot do until we have defeated the Elite Four the first time. Once we have finished the Johto section of Soul Silver, we can heal, but for all of Johto, we can't. Now, until we get the 3rd Kanto badge, no Pokemon with the same primary type can be on this team at the same time, at least not in use. Obviously, right after we catch it, I'll have to go drop it in the PC if we have space in our party. Otherwise, they won't be in the party at all until after the 3rd Kanto badge. The next milestone is the 6th Kanto badge, until which Pokemon will not be able to use any hold items. They can't have berries, they can't have choice anything, no expert belts, no nothing. And I mean, it's just, they can't. It's going to be really tough, and that's kind of the idea. Now, this one is, I think, going to be one of the things that makes this LP incredibly challenging, is that until we defeat the Elite Four the 2nd time around, we're on our way to go battle Red, we're not going to use any TMs. And you're probably like, well, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? Well, you'll understand in a minute, because as you remember, this is a randomized ROM. It's been randomized. Everything is random, and I'm actually about to tell you what has been randomized for this Let's Play. Now, the randomizer is incredibly extensive. It has just so many options. But I didn't want to be too crazy, like I didn't change the base stats of Pokemon. because I just thought that would be way too crazy. I mean, it's random, but I mean, I don't want to throw any incredible curveballs. One of the things that the settings I've selected is that any impossible evolutions through the ROM are now possible. Say we catch a wild Graveler, and obviously regularly that would be a trade evolution. Same with Scyther to Scizor, or Onyx to Steelix, anything like that, or locations that don't exist throughout the game, like Eevee into Leafeon and Glaceon, stuff like that. Those can now happen. I'm assuming it's going to be by level, but I'm not entirely sure as it is a randomizer. But that's going to be really cool. We will be able to get any fully evolved Pokemon in the game after that third badge is earned in Johto. I have randomized abilities, and we are not going to allow Wonder Guard only because this is 4th gen, which has Spiritomb and Sableye, and they don't have any weaknesses. So obviously, if by some horrible stroke of luck we came across one of those, it would only be able to die by status or weather or recoil of one of its moves. And that's just, I feel like that's too broken for this generation. If this was 6th gen, I'd probably allow it just because there's Fairy type, but there isn't Fairy type, so I went ahead and turned that off. Our starter Pokemon are going to be completely randomized. We could have Arceus, Bulbasaur, and I don't know, Magmar. Who knows? I mean, we won't find out until we start playing. I haven't looked yet. I have not recorded the first episode, so I don't even know what they're going to be. I did not randomize types. I did randomize movesets, and this is where the TN thing comes into play, because I don't know what Pokemon are going to have when I catch them, when I go up against them, or what they're going to learn by level up. We have no idea. And I have also randomized TMs. Now, if a Pokemon can learn TM24, it's still going to be able to learn TM24. TM24 just won't be the move that it was originally. And that's why it's like, I mean, there could be some serious game-changing TMs for our team that we can't use until after we've defeated the Elite Four the second time around. They're going to be completely random. Obviously, HMs are kept the same for very obvious reasons. And so that's it on the TMs and movesets. Trainer Pokemon are also completely randomized. Our rival will be carrying his starters through the game because I feel like that'll just give it that extra depth. I think it's really important. Not everyone does that. Kind of changes it up so you at least don't know what their first Pokemon's always going to be, but I like to have it that way. Trainer names and classes are going to be completely randomized. Youngster Joey, he's not going to be Youngster Joey. He might be Guitarist Luke. I mean, who knows? We just have no idea. Trainers will not have legendaries though. I think anyone who had a legendary probably will still have it, but we just don't want to run into, like, say, Arceus with a trainer. I thought that was too much. And then again, I've turned off Wonder Guard for trainer Pokemon because that would just be too broken, in my opinion. Wild Pokemon are set to what is called Catch 'em All mode. In each area, if there are 3 wild Pokemon possible to catch, then each one of those 3 will be swapped out for a different Pokemon at random. And then on the next route, even if one of the previous Pokemon was available on both routes, it's going to have a new Pokemon in its place. And once we have seen every possible Pokemon in the game, it will start to reset. We shouldn't see any repeats until we've seen all 493. I've also randomized hold items on these Pokemon, which is going to be insane and almost makes me want to ignore that rule that they can't use hold items, because I mean, we could catch like a Pikachu with a choice band. I don't know. It's random. Pokemon who didn't have hold items before, they might have them now. If they did, they might not, or it might be something completely different. They might be holding TMs, HMs. I have no clue what this game is going to have in store for us. Static Pokemon like gifts, trades, legendaries, they're all randomized as well. I think that's going to be huge also because obviously this is Soul Silver, so Lugia is not going to be Lugia. Since we're going all the way through Johto and Kanto, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunities for gift Pokemon and trades, and they're completely changed. The last thing that is randomized are the field items. So if we're going to pick up a TM on the ground, I'm not sure if TMs get swapped or not, but let's say it might just be a different TM now. Or we might find a Master Ball in the cave that usually has Dunsparce. I mean, just we have no idea what we're going to find in this game. And that's part of the reason that I am just so excited, because no one knows yet. And it's just, I'm so excited, you guys. I can't even begin to explain to you how excited I am for this. So that is going to be our first LP. If that's all you cared about, you can go ahead and dip out of this video now. If you're hyped and you want to come see how my commentating style is and whether you're actually going to enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe. You'll get that notification once I upload. If you don't want to subscribe yet, it's completely understandable. But like I said, I'm just going to go into a little bit about myself right now and a little bit more about the channel. But if all you cared about is the LP, see you later, and I hope you'll come back and tune in for the first episode. Now, a little bit more about myself. I'm in college, so that's why I'm kind of like not really sure how this is going to fit into my schedule, because classes are just weird. I'm a music major, so I have random recitals and rehearsals and concerts that come up, so I'm just not entirely sure. I'm going to get it all figured out as soon as I possibly can, and like I said, if anyone cares, I'll upload a video once that is decided. Now, as for my job, the thing that's weird about my job is that, like I already told you guys, I'm in college, and my job is a position within the university's housing department. It's called a community advisor. If you don't know what that is, some colleges call it a CA, or other colleges call it an RA, which RA stands for resident assistant. They're essentially the same thing. So if you know what an RA is, just that's what I am. If you don't, basically, I am kind of in charge of the floor in a way. I enforce policies and rules and whatnot. I respond to emergencies. I help with conflict between people living in my hallway, and I have to plan events for them to go to. But so why that's a little bit weird is even though I'm recording right now, and I have a little sign outside that says I'm recording, but if there's an emergency, I'm just going to have to drop what I'm doing and go and deal with that. Or, you know, someone might come to my door and knock, and I might just have to get up and go answer because, like I said, my job takes priority, but I'm technically always working as long as I'm in my room, and as you can see, that's where I'm going to be recording. So technically I'm working right now, but I'm not, obviously. So it's anytime something like that happens, I'm going to have to go respond, so I'm very sorry if that ever happens in a video, or in the distant future and during a stream. Like, that's just, it's a very real possibility of something like that coming up. So that's really all I've got about me. Now, the rest of you that just wanted to hear that and didn't dip out at the end of what the LP was going to be, you're free. You don't have to listen anymore. I mean, obviously none of you have to be listening at all. And if you're still watching, and this is what, like 13 minutes in at this point, I am shocked, and I'm just, thank you for sticking this far. If you don't care whether the channel is clean or not, you can go ahead and leave as well, because that's what I'm going to go into next. Like I said, if you're hyped about this LP, go ahead and subscribe. Like this video as well if you would like. It's not required. Leave a comment down below with anything on any video in the future, really. If you have something that you think I could improve on, if there's something you want to see on the channel, let me know. And once I get more settled into my schedule, I'll try and get you guys what you want, because in the end, that is what this is about, is entertaining you guys. Now, I am going to try and keep my channel clean, because Pokemon is a children's game. I mean, there are kids who watch Pokemon. There are kids who are 7 and 8, and I know, obviously, I'm 20 and I'm still playing Pokemon. There are plenty of us adults that play. I love Pokemon. I've always loved it. But you guys have to realize there are also little kids, and the internet is a powerful thing. They can just stumble upon my videos by accident, and I don't want them to be exposed to things like cursing or just other, adult topics. So I'm going to be keeping those things off my channel, just because I know that there are parents out there who are actually watching this right now to see if they're okay with letting their kids watch me and my videos. I know there are little kids who are very, very impressionable. So I'm going to try and keep my channel as clean as possible, because that is a demographic that I know exists. And I mean, I remember when I was little, and like, I used to watch Smosh 8 years ago when they just started. I mean, like, some of the stuff on YouTube is just, it's not appropriate for smaller kids, but there's not really a filter unless it's just really extreme. So, and you know, obviously not all parents know what their kids are doing on the internet, so I'm just gonna keep it clean. If you're more of a King Nappy, Hoodlum Scrafty commentating style kind of guy, and you, or girl, and you really don't enjoy it unless there's cursing, I'm sorry, my channel's just not gonna be for you. Because I want the little kids to be able to enjoy it as well, and I want parents to be comfortable knowing that their kids are watching my videos, if they're the kind of parent that actually monitors that. So I just ask that you have respect for that. It's not that I don't, it's just on YouTube I'm going to try and keep it clean, because Pokemon, like I said, is a children's game. There are kids who watch it, and the internet is just crazy. So that's all I've got. I know I've already said this twice. I'm going to say it one more time. If you are hyped for this LP like I am, go ahead and leave a like or a subscription or a comment. Just do what you want. Be sure to tune back in for the first episode, though. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get it up within the next few days. That's all I've got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching, I mean, I'd be shocked if anyone actually watched this video all the way through. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.